You ever find yourself standing in the kitchen, staring into the fridge and thinking, who am I really? And why is there only ketchup and beer in here? Well, you're not alone, my friend. A lot of us hit that moment. Usually somewhere between midlife crisis and figuring out how TikTok works. Life hands you a bunch of hats to wear. Husband, father, provider, guy who knows how to work the grill. But somewhere along the way, you start to wonder, is there more to me than just those roles? Well, spoiler alert, yes. And today, we're going to explore that very thing. It's time to dust off those forgotten dreams, hobbies, and possibly that guitar you bought during your I could totally be in a band phase. Are you ready to rediscover who you are beyond being dad with a toolbox? Well, grab a coffee, a comfy chair, and let's dive in. So let's talk about the identity hangover. You know, that weird emotional fog you're stuck in after a marriage ends or the kids move out. You're not really broken, but you're not really you either. You're like the human version of a dial-up modem. It still makes noise, but doesn't connect to anything. For decades, your identity was wrapped around roles. Fix the thing, pay the bill, be the rock, hide the tears. And when those roles vanish, you're left with questions no one prepared you for. Stuff like, what do I even like doing? Do I actually enjoy grilling, or did I just get good at it by default? Or am I allowed to reinvent myself, or is that just for people on TED Talks? Well, here's the truth most men won't say out loud. We confuse roles with identity all the time, but they're not the same thing, not even close. Roles are what you do. Identity is who you are when the doing stops. And sometimes those roles can hog the spotlight. Like, the cousin at Thanksgiving who's just got to show you his crypto portfolio. What gets lost is you, your hobbies, your passions, your joy of building model trains or doing Tai Chi in the garage. But here's the good news. It's not too late to bring those things back. The first step in rediscovering yourself is to admit that you miss you. And no, I'm not saying ditch your family and move to the mountains. I'm talking about carving out a little you time, just an hour or two a week. It's like a mini vacation, but cheaper and fewer TSA lines. Use that time for something you actually enjoy. Reading, painting, lying on the floor, listening to Pink Floyd and contemplating the universe. And start journaling too. And you don't need a leather-bound notebook and a feather quill. A spiral notebook or your phone's notes app works just fine. Jot down what makes you happy, what you've been missing, and maybe why you randomly bought a kayak you've only used once. Now look, I don't have all of the answers, but believe it or not, you do. They've just been pushed down and deep inside of you and replaced with the roles you had in your marriage. So use the silence and the quiet time to do some serious soul searching. Get to know who you truly are again. Try something new. Always wanted to cook? Hey, take a cooking class and figure out how to not burn spaghetti. Curious about AI? Well, there's an app for that. Want to learn salsa dancing? Hey, go for it. Just remember to stretch first. We're not 25 anymore. Lifelong learning isn't just good for your brain. It's also a good excuse to buy cool notebooks again. Every new thing you try is like picking up a puzzle piece of the person you were meant to become. Unless it's skydiving, and then it's just a way to scare the hell out of yourself. And by the way, if that goes wrong, there's no picking up those pieces. Just saying. One of the most underrated ways to find yourself is to figure out what actually matters to you. Not what you were told should matter, but what actually lights your fire, what blows your hair back. Values like creativity, independence, growth, kindness, adventure, whatever yours are, own them. Write them down. Tattoo them on your forearm. Oh, okay, well, maybe not that, unless you're very committed. And when you live in alignment with those values, life just feels less like a chaotic mess and more like a playlist that actually flows. Now, let's talk about friendships. Remember those? Yeah, those mythical connections with other grown-ups who don't live in your house. Over time, adult friendships can fall by the wayside, like your metabolism or your ability to sleep past 7 a.m. But these connections are gold. They're the people who knew you before you were dad or honey-do list extraordinaire. Reach out, grab a coffee, join a local group, volunteer. Just exist in a space where you don't have to be anyone but you. And if that space includes bowling shirts or bad karaoke, hey, even better. So here's the big takeaway. You are not just the roles you've played. You are a unique, complex, evolving work of art with a questionable sock collection and a deep love for nachos. Rediscovering yourself isn't about breaking away from your family. It's about showing up as your full self. The more fulfilled you are, the more you can pour into others. And that's science, or at least really good logic. You don't need to make drastic changes overnight. Just start small. Take a walk, pick up that dusty hobby, reconnect with an old friend. Say yes to something that feels like you. If anything in this video hit home, give it a thumbs up and maybe share it with someone else who's trying to figure out who they are beyond dad jokes and yard work. Drop a comment. Let me know what's one part of yourself you're excited to rediscover. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss any of our future conversations. We're building something real here, and there's always room for another explorer. Thanks for sitting with me today, and keep growing. And I'll see you in the next video.